In this ukulele video, we're going to go over the smallest ukulele on the planet. Hi, I'm Terry Carter, and welcome to ukelikethepros. Thank you for being here, and thank you also for subscribing to the channel. Now, this one, we're going to go over the smallest ukulele. Matter of fact, not only the smallest ukulele, the two smallest ukuleles. So you want to stick around for this one because these are probably two that you've never heard of. And if you have, I'm going to give you a chance to put that in the comments below. But anyway, thanks again for being here. And if you ever want any of these ukuleles that I'm about to show you, check them out. They're number one store online. That's store.ukelikethepros.com. Now you probably thought, I already know the three sizes of ukulele: the tenor, the concert, and the soprano. But did you know there's actually smaller sizes than the soprano? Now, if you know, because I'm actually going to show you two smaller sizes, not just one, but two smaller sizes than the soprano ukulele. If you know what those are, leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear or see what you think they are. So anyway, should we grab it? Let's go to the next one down below the soprano. All right, so the first one we're going to look at right here, this is the Ohana TPK-25G. This is smaller than soprano. Did you know what the name of it is? Sopranino. Okay, so Sopranino is actually smaller than the soprano ukulele. How much smaller? All right, so here's a soprano and here's a Sopranino. If you look at the bodies, got a little bit of a smaller body and a little bit of a shorter scale length right there. So normally the scale length, and again, the scale length here is between the nut and the saddle, about 13.5 inches on this one, or 14 for most sopranos. This one right here, the Sopranino, is actually just 12 inches, 12 inch scale length. All right, let me play it a little bit. Now, what's cool about this, Ohana, by the way, they did a great job on this Sopranino, and then the next one that's smaller. Did you get it? Leave in a comment if you know which one that is. And by the way, these are available at the number one store online, store.ukelikethepros. All right, now what I like about these is they did them right. Okay, a lot of times when you see these really small little ukuleles, maybe over in the islands or different places, they're kind of toys, they're plastic, they sound terrible, they actually don't even stay in tune, but they did a great job on these. Why? They got all solid mahogany here. Not only the top, the sides, and the back. And so they did a great job with them. And they're not too small. So the nut width right here is about, what is this? About 1 5/16. So most sopranos concerts about 1 3/8. So this one just a little smaller. So it still gives you a little bit of space, but I like the solid wood, right? Even though the body's small, it doesn't give you a huge sound like the tenor does. It still gives you a nice warm sound because of that solid mahogany. Anyway, has a nice sound. Whether you're strumming or picking, they're just fun. They're easy to hold. Plus, the cool pineapple shape. You can't go wrong with that. Now, we have one smaller size. What is smaller than a Sopranino? Do you know? Put it in the comments below. I'm going to show you right now. All right, and here it is. This is the Ohana TTPK-25G Sopranissimo. So Sopranissimo. So most of you probably didn't even know there was even something smaller than a soprano, because so much of the stuff you hear, even in my videos, you hear about the tenor, you hear about the concert, you hear about the soprano ukuleles, maybe even hear about the baritone, but you don't hear a whole lot about the Sopranissimo. This is a really fun small instrument. Of course, Ohana did it with the pineapple shape, which is really cool. And also they did it in an all solid mahogany, which is, really cool, because again, it's not a toy. Even though it looks like a toy, it's really built really well. All right, let me play this. What do you think is going to sound like? Leave a comment below if you know what you think this little baby right here is going to sound like. All right, so to me, it sounds a little thin, right? Because it's such a small body. It sounds like one of those old radios maybe that you would hear. But again, this is built really well with the all solid mahogany. Now, the scale lengths of this, remember we talked about it before, sopranos are usually about 13.5 inches to 14 inches scale length. That Sopranino was 12. This one is 11. So from the nut to the bridge here, 11 inches. So really tiny body, easy to hold, and really just a fun instrument, and just a kind of a fun thing to play and have. Now, why Why would you need these? That's a great question. What do you think? Leave some comments below. Why do you need something this small? A Sopranino or a Sopranissimo? Why would you need something like that? Let me bring the two together so you can see the difference. All right, so this is a Sopranino. This is a Sopranissimo. So notice they are a little bit smaller, even though if you just look at them by themselves, they almost look identical. But why would you need something like this? It's actually very good reason why you could use something like this. One, these give you a total different timbre, right? So such a different sound than the tenor, the concert, and the soprano ukulele. So if you kind of want, maybe if you're playing in a big group, you could play the same chords as everybody else on these two things, but it's going to give you a different timbre, right? It's going to be just kind of something that we're actually going to cut through, even though the chords are exactly the same. This could be great for layering or recording as well, just to have a kind of a different sound with it. Maybe you could strum with one of them, you could do a little finger picking, and it's really going to be something that is just going to kind of cut through the mix. Two, they're super portable. I mean, carrying something like this, this could almost fit in just like a little carry-on bag, right? If you want to just kind of carry around, just have a nice little uke around with you. So very easy, very portable, very easy to hold, and very easy to play. So especially good for a child. Children are really good for these, even though these are actually fairly nice, again, with the solid mahogany. They're actually great size for a little kid, easy for them to hold, easy for them to get their fingers going as well. So you actually quite a bit of reasons why you'd want one of some, or just because you're a total ukulele nut and you love having a whole bunch of different ones, and you can add these little Sopranissimo or the Sopranino to your collection. So anyway, is this the smallest ukulele, or are these the two smallest ukuleles, and this one being the smallest ukulele on the planet? I think they are. Do you have something different? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you got. But again, these are the Ohana. This one is the this one is a TPK-25G. This one is a TTPK-25G. Both from Ohana, both available, store.ukelikethepros.com. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something about the two smaller sizes below a soprano ukulele. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for supporting the channel with a subscription and the bell notification. And we will see you next time.